and senior world championships that I've been to. And Nisha is really interesting. We've seen a new kind of face of Indian women's wrestling here at these Asian championships. A younger team, really exciting to watch. This is the first Indian woman that we've seen on mat B in the semifinals.
Real change to the tempo of these semi-finals compared with the quarterfinals. There were a lot of blowouts between wrestlers across those quarterfinals, 10-0s, 12-0s even, but things have got to the last four and they've got very, very tight.
Exactly, and that's what we see across many of the continental championships. We've seen, the traditional stalwarts of women's wrestling, like the Japanese team, the Chinese team, the U.S. team. Now we're seeing emerging superpowers in the sport. Here, the Indian women's wrestling team have really stamped their mark. We've seen Kyrgyzstan emerge as a women's wrestling power. And I think it's great for the sport as we see a diversity of women's teams across the world really emerge as strong contenders with deep weight classes. One of the things I know about the Chinese style of wrestling is the change in pace from very relaxed, feeling it out, to instantaneously attacking. And you can never be out of body position against a Chinese athlete because they will make you pay. Oh, Nisha's on the shot clock. From far away, reaches down for that left side low single. An incredible display of flexibility from Zhouf in the full splits to defend this low single, keep the pressure on. Now she's going to try and bring her left leg up to continue to put pressure on Nisha as she uses her hips to create that pressure on her shoulders and goes behind. So she scored that 1 on the shot clock expiration and then another 2 for the go-behind takedown off of Nisha's attack.
As you say, Erica, a display of the most unnatural flexibility in the way she countered that from Nisha. Wonderful from Zhouf and continuing in parterre.
One of the things that the Chinese women's wrestling team are known for as well is very quick transitions to gut wrenches and to parterre. Nisha did a really great job of defending a couple of different attacks from Zhouf on that parterre positioning, and so she is able to stand up and live another day.
And unbelievably, 3 minutes is up for the first period, and 3 points to nothing for Zhouf of China, and what a session this is turning into for the Chinese if Zhouf can see this one through.
Exactly, and as we get into the women's heavier weight classes, you really see that you can't make a mistake and you need to finish your attacks. In the last 3 minutes, there was really only one offensive movement that we saw, and that can be the game changer in these matches that dictate, are you going for a gold medal or are you not? You need to be able to score when it matters most. Nisha did a great job changing a little, beating in on those attacks, but she needs to shoot to score if she wants a punter ticket to gold.
So Nisha needing to chase, and Zhouf out in front, wanting to control. And maybe wanting to score more herself. Here she goes to the mat. Solitary point.
So the referees on the mat put up 2 points for that takedown, but 2 on-mat or off-mat officials confirmed no scoring action occurred as they felt that they came out of bounds in that neutral position with no one in control. It looks like China is going to challenge that action, so we'll have to wait and see. Nisha did a really great job of coming in and snapping down Zhouf to create the exchange that created that action. You can tell she's in it and she's not going to give up easily on this match. It's 3-0 and truly anything can happen, and she needs to put herself in that position to score, and it looks like she's going to do it. And you can see on the big screen at the end of this image that we're seeing on the screen, the action that they're looking to challenge. So in there, in that kind of seatbelt position, it's a really tricky call for the referees in this position. Does the blue wrestler on top, does she truly have control? And here we're seeing the replay on the screen. So Nisha has that overhook position. She's not giving up. And we just heard over the announcement, the challenge was lost. No control was given. And so Nisha gets 1 point on the board, and China loses their ability to create a challenge, to ask for a challenge in the next 2 minutes and 30 seconds.
From that exchange, Nisha a step closer in the semi-final.
Yeah, from a strategic perspective, when you throw in the block or request a challenge as a coach, it's always quite interesting because now, instead of being up 3-0, Zhou is up 3-1, and only one 2-point takedown makes the difference. And in 2 minutes of wrestling, that margin can be extremely large or extremely small. Beautiful level change into a double leg takedown. No points scored here yet. But Zhou is so deep. Looking to elevate that left leg on her thigh. And from these positions, you want to make sure not only do you put your opponent to your back, but you keep them there to finish for that pin. She has the legs wrapped up, and she's looking to continue to put Nisha in a dangerous position to get that exposure. And there we go again, another 2.
Challenge made by Nisha's corner, with the scores at 5-1.
So she has the legs wrapped, but Nisha has, come put her left hand on her wrist to try and break the grip of Zhou, and she's able to defend. So we do indeed have a challenge by the Indian coaches. Did we go? Oh, it looks like the challenge was canceled though on the screen. So it's 7-1 after that exchange by Zhou.
So Zhou and Nisha probably with enough bandwidth to see that walking past them right now, Ami Ishii, the first seed from Japan, has won her respective semi-final, so she will be competing for gold, no doubt about it. And Zhou really with a very comfortable position here, and she's going to consult the screen herself. And if we can see that at the back of the hall, Erica, what were your thoughts on it?
I mean, I think that it was pretty clear that we had the exposure off the takedown for the 2, and then an additional 2-point exposure. But you never know what's going to happen with the referees. That was an interesting win of Ishii over Olympic silver medalist Zhuma Narova. She'll be going for bronze, and this 68 weight class has just been packed with killers. It's been really exciting to watch so far, and I'm excited to see what's next.
2 blue, second action, 2 red.
Interesting. We're waiting. These are always the moments as athletes you're standing on the mat in trepidation.
We're still scrolling back and forward to get the right position to consult it. That's why things are taking a little longer.
So a great challenge by the Indian coaches. What we didn't see in the live action was it looked like the Indian wrestler did grab a wrist and pull it over in that exchange to get the 2-point exposure against Zhou to score her 2 points in that scramble in parterre position. And so we saw that scoring action be a 2-point takedown for Zhou, a 2-point reversal to get exposure for Nisha, and then Zhou gets awarded the 1 point for coming back on top.
So this has thrown things up in the air again. Nisha 3 away with 45 seconds remaining in the semi-final. The Indian suddenly a little closer to her opponent than she thought she might be. Spurring Zhou into action, but here comes Nisha. Here we go. Over on to her back. Points gained, 6-5. Can Nisha make this pay now?
She needs another one to get the lead.
Here we go. In the final throws of this semi-final, Nisha has thrown her cards on the table.
Yes, with 2 crotch lifts for 4 points in total. There's 4 seconds left. And is that enough to secure the gold medal final match? Yes, it is.
Wow, what a finish to this bout. And Nisha left it late. The late show. But what a show.
That is a big win for Nisha and for the Indian Wrestling Federation to put one of their athletes in the 68 kilogram final. A lot of respect.